Sometimes if we do this once, it's enough to have the spirit calm down and stop harming us. Sometimes we need to do a few times. Now, if the spirit has been with us for many years or for a long time, you'll have to do this over for a few weeks to send this energy. It's just like people who have been traumatized from childhood and they've been traumatized for many decades. It will take a few years to counsel and get them out of that. If someone's been traumatized very recently, if we get to them fast and we talk to them, they can be healed very fast. Similarly with spirit infestation, spirit problems, spirit possession, spirit issues. If it's been around for a long time, be patient and keep doing this every day or as and when, and you'll see it getting better. It will take more time. If the spirit problem is new, it'll go away very fast. All right? So you can do this for yourself. You can do this for another person. You can do this for a building. You can do it for a haunted place. You can do it in a place that's infested with spirits. If a child is involved, unfortunately, of course the child will not be able to do much for itself because it's very young. If it's old enough, have the child recite the mantra of Dorje Shugden and wear a chakra or a pendant of Dorje Shugden. I repeat, if the person that is in question happens to be, unfortunately, a young child, then we can have the child recite the mantra of Dorje Shugden and perhaps wear a chakra or a pendant and hang a picture of Dorje Shugden in the child's room where they can see the picture for protection. Okay? If it's an animal involved, and sometimes there are spirits that scare animals and chase those animals, I've heard of it. You can also recite the mantra on behalf of the animal and blow on them and bless them. And you can hang a picture of Dorje Shugden near where the animal rests. That will help them too. I've heard of cases of people having spirit infestation in barns, where at certain times of the night, every night, the spirits would disturb the horses. And the horses would just jump and, whine and kick and be very, very scared. And you can see the fear in their eyes. I've heard of cases where spirits disturb the barn and barn animals. So the same thing, you can go to the barn and do this prayer that I have on my website and recite the mantra and let the horses or the animals in the barn hear the mantra and put a picture of Dorje Shugden framed in the barn. That would help very much too. Okay? So for children, you can do it that way. For animals, you can do it that way. One thing you need to remember, while you're doing this ritual, don't try to bind the spirit. Don't threaten the spirit. Don't curse the spirit. Don't be rude and loud with the spirit. Don't be arrogant with the spirit. Sometimes the spirit is very powerful. If you irk them, they'll do even more than what they're doing. So what you need to do is, you don't use this practice that I have recommended to hurt them or bind them or threaten them, because the practice is powerful, but you may not be powerful, and the spirit might be more powerful. So what you want to do is, this practice can only be dangerous if you use it to harm spirits who can be more powerful than you. All right? Number 2, this is very important, everyone. This is very important, and everybody needs to listen up for this. When we have spirit problems, this is very important. When we start doing Dorje Shugden's mantra, when we start doing Dorje Shugden's prayers, immediately you'll see the spirit problems increase, become more severe, become more problematic, become more double than before, even triple. Why is that? That is a sign that what you're doing is working, and the spirit is using its last resources to scare you, to hopefully trick you to say, aha, it's not working, and you better stop what you're doing. What it's trying to do is trick you to stop doing what you're doing by increasing the intensity of what it's doing to you. So I repeat, when you're doing these prayers of Dorje Shugden and you're doing the mantra of Dorje Shugden, then the spirit problems may increase immediately, maybe for a few days, even a week or two, but that's a sign it's getting better. For example, when someone is very ill and they need to go for treatment, for example, I'm so sorry to use this, but cancer, sorry to use this. When sometimes they'll go for chemotherapy, when they put that chemotherapy treatment in, they put that needle in and they just let it go and it goes into your veins, the side effects are tremendous sometimes for some people. Vomiting, nausea, fever, dizziness, weakness. The side effects are horrible. But you have to remember something, because you need to go through that to do the ultimate healing, to get rid of the cancer cells. So when we go for medical treatment, a lot of times there's more pain involved for the actual healing, because the minute we go for treatment doesn't mean we won't have any pain. That's the case. So with spirit infestations and spirit problems, it's the same thing, is that when you start this practice, when you start this ritual, you do the mantra, the visualization, the meditation, and so on, the problem might, for some people, not everyone, increase. When it increases, please don't be disheartened. Please don't give up. Please don't be scared. Don't wonder what happened. In fact, it's a good sign because it's having effect. All right? So that's very, very important to remember. And how this practice applied to us as an individual, very simple. Every person needs protection. Every person travels. Every person needs livelihood. Every person needs a job. Every person needs food, need health. Sometimes we need to find assistance. So when we do Dorje Shugden's practice every day, not only does he protect us from spirits, or he gets rid of the spirit problem we have, he can also help us in getting a job. He can help us in finding a good doctor to treat something that's very serious that we weren't able to treat. When we travel, he can give us protection. There's many things Dorje Shugden can do. Dorje Shugden is basically a very powerful, vigilant, compassionate guardian angel. A vigilant, compassionate, very, very, very powerful guardian angel.